Well, I can't.
Let's go out on video chat this morning. I can only assume it's Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We got the Arm Dog with us. Colby Armstrong. There he is from his man cave. Good morning, Arm Dog.
Yeah.
How are you?
What's going on, fellas? Thanks for having me. How's it out west?
You know what? The sun's come out, Colby, but it's supposed to rain for the rest of the week. You got any farmers in your family? They're not too happy these days.
I don't have any farmers. I'm a brutal Saskatchewan city slicker. So yeah, no, I don't know anything about that, but I imagine it must be getting kind of cold there out here in Pennsylvania. It's starting to cool off a bit and starting to become night a lot earlier, which means I guess hockey season's starting up here right away.
Well, it is for sure. And as a matter of fact, I might have to look you up, Cole, because my niece just committed to Robert Morris School, playing hockey there in a couple of years. So we're going to be heading down to that neck of the woods. But obviously the talk amongst everybody is Austin Matthews, what happened in Scottsdale, Arizona. What's your take on this, and what are the ramifications going to turn out to be, do you think?
Well, he's going to have to go through the process of obviously with, the law or whatever case may be that he has to settle into here and deal with on top of starting a hockey season. I saw him address the media the other day and obviously couldn't speak furthermore to it. But he's going to have to, face the music of whatever comes with his actions, and a tough lesson to learn, and maybe one to learn for a bunch of young guys, as the league is filled with young guys now. And obviously being a massively paid professional in a game filled with really, really high-end, elite, really young talent in this league, a lesson to learn on, probably how to take care of yourself off the ice in certain situations.
Colby, in and off season, guys are working out, getting ready, getting the body, and I gotta assume it's an exciting time when training camp opens because you're excited to get back with the guys and get on the ice. And then we get to the point where we're at now, and we're like a number of preseason games in. When does it just become, all right, enough of this already? Let's just get to the regular season and get going.
Oh, it's like that after 2 days of training camp.
Okay.
I'll tell you this, man. I was a guy that hated training camp. I think most guys kind of dread it. Yes, it's nice to be back. Yes, it's nice to get going. The fitness testing and kind of getting the whole timing and the physicality of the game back is always something that comes a little harder and is frustrating. And putting in that work it can be frustrating as you're trying to find all that rust wears off. Summer hockey is tough to make like it is during, regular season or even NHL games with the tempo, speed, and timing. So there's some frustrating things that go with it. I know I'd like to get a few exhibition games in, personally, not too many, but a few just to get that feel back. But after a couple days, you're kind of just going, oh my goodness, is this over with? Can we just start already and end this so we can get into that regular rhythm of a practice day and game day and have it, have the lineup be set and have guys know where their roles are and what's happening. It's kind of I was a stressful guy. I stressed out a ton, boys. I stressed out all the time. So camp wasn't fun for me.
Colby, speaking of, I'd like to know what you're hearing about Dustin Byfuglien out there in Winnipeg, because you've heard the reports. He's not sure if he wants to play anymore. He's got $50 million in the bank, or at least that's what he's made, and the team's put him on the suspended list while he makes his decision. What's your take on Big Buff? Forget about Line and Kyle Connor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no doubt. Hey, what something this team went from Stanley Cup favorites last year to having two of their good young players unsigned, and now Big Buff. A guy that can eat up minutes and kind of an X factor. He would be on any team with the way he plays. So, I don't know Dustin Byfuglien, but everything that I have heard of him is he's a guy that kind of beats to his own drum and goes about his own business and, really just enjoys his own style of life. That's fishing and out on the lake and, his own time doing that thing. So, who knows where it's at. We've seen some things happen here in football, whether it's luck and some of these guys just, walk away from the game, whether it be due to injuries or, who knows what it could be, maybe mental health or maybe concussion issues or maybe other issues. And, maybe just the love for the game has kind of vanished and he's trying to find it and having to make decisions. So, it'll be interesting to see what Buff thinks. From everything I heard, like I said, a guy that kind beats to his own drum, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. And obviously it's going to be massive ramifications on Winnipeg's lineup and roster, having a hole and trying to replace a guy like that.
Last one for you, Colby. Jeff Michaels writes in on Facebook. He says, "Hey, Colby, I'm from your early hometown of Paradise Hill. Know your dad, Foot, very well. Is that your dad's nickname?"
Yeah, it is. You know what? I kind of forget why they called him Foot. Paradise Hill, what's up? Shout out to Paradise Hill. Lived there for a little bit. I was born in Lloyd and lived a few years in Paradise Hill. My dad worked out there, but they called my dad Foot. And he played out there for the Paradise Hill Hawks senior hockey team. And I remember I went back for a reunion when I was like 13, 14 years old. And everyone's calling my dad Foot. My dad's a big legend out there called Foot. And I think it's Armstrong. I think it's because his name was Armstrong. And I don't know. I think it's his name Armstrong. And the boys thought it was cool to like call him Foot Strong. Maybe it just came Foot. I don't know.
Sounds like a Saskatchewan thing to me.
Yeah, totally.
And lastly, Colby, we do have Colin Priestner coming on, the president of the Blades, your hometown team, because I think you say Saskatoon's your hometown. They're the number one team in the Dub, rated. Did you ever think you'd see the day, and your thoughts on that?
Man, I was hoping for the day. I'm glad it happened. I know when Colin and his group came in and took over there in Saskatoon after the Memorial Cup in Saskatoon and kind of traded away a bunch of picks, and we're left with nothing in the cupboards and having to, kind of eat it for a few years to build it back up and draft and get players there. It's exciting I think for the city, obviously with lacrosse team there that has had success, and now the Blades kind of coming up into the picture here in the Western Hockey League and the CHL is a great thing for the city of Saskatoon, a great thing for a fan base that needs to get back in behind this team and behind these kids. And how often does it happen in junior hockey, really, right, guys? Like you got to wait for your window and kind of the flow of the league and your prospects to develop and everything to hit properly for you to have a team that's, rated or ranked in that position. So soak it up while you can, enjoy the game. And I'm happy for the Blades and for the city that they've got a team there that people want to come out and watch for sure.
Clearly, I could go on all day. I guess I'll just say, go ahead. Yeah.
I want to say I got Battle of the Blades. I don't know if you guys watch that show on CBC coming up. I'm a permanent judge.
They cut him off.
He got so excited.
You're good.
Did I freeze up there?
You're good now. Okay. Yeah, you're good.
I was going to say, I am excited about this. I started doing it. I hurt my hamstring. They made me a judge. And then after one time being a judge, they've made me a permanent judge with Kurt Browning. And it's honestly such an exciting show. Like, I'm sick to my stomach, anxious for these guys, but we've got a big show coming up. Second show, the second week is tomorrow night on CBC. It'll be awesome. I can't wait to do it.
Perfect. And speaking of TV, are you still on Sportsnet? Did you escape the axe there?
I did. Yeah,
Good.
I did. My God. Yeah. So I'm still back, and I'm back on the old Monday, Tuesday nights coming up all season long.
Awesome. Colby, thanks for this, man. Thanks for the time.
All right. You guys got a really cool show. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it, Ron.
You're watching Rod Pedersen On Demand. For more of The Rod Pedersen Show, visit rodpedersen.com or follow Rod Pedersen on social media.